Welcome to the League of Nerds podcast, comic book segment number 5. My name's John Cooney. Let's talk about comics. I'm excited about a lot of comics that are coming out this week, being the second week of March, and I wanted to use them to discuss some of the changes that are occurring with the DC Universe that we've talked about in some of the previous podcasts. But I think some of the titles that came out this week really exemplify the differences between the way they're treating some of these titles. So I wanted to give you some examples. 3 titles that come out from DC this week. One is Batgirl number 7, another Batman and Robin number 7, and another is Superboy number 7. And let me explain the differences in the way they're treating these 3 titles. Batgirl number 7, total retcon. They've changed the history of Batgirl, Barbara Gordon. She's no longer paralyzed as she was injured in the infamous Killing Joke graphic novel by Alan Moore, shot by the Joker and paralyzed and moved on in that continuity to become Oracle, the wheelchair-bound crime-fighting computer expert. That, in this continuity, never happened. They do explain her history, and she was shot, but the bullet did not do as much damage as it had done in the previous continuity, and she went on to fight crime as Batgirl. Now, the difference between that title and, say, Batman and Robin, in this title, it is very similar to the continuity that was established prior to the relaunch, where Batman does have a son. His name is Damian, and he is now the current Robin, and it more or less continues from the continuity that was established pre-relaunch, with Damian being a trained assassin who's now trying to fight those urges and battle crime as Robin. For a third example, Superboy, total retelling of the origin of Superboy, starting from scratch and just essentially starting over with Superboy as a clone of Superman and beginning his story fresh and new, and put into this context completely within this new established continuity. So there you have 3 different ways that they're treating 3 different titles, all in this supposedly new and connected DC universe. One other book of mention that's out this week, Suicide Squad number 7 from DC. So those are all good books. There's so many others that are out from DC, but those are the ones that I'm interested and excited about reading this week. From other publishers, we've got Marvel's Avengers number 24 this week. We've also got Avengers Assemble number 1. This is a brand new Avengers title with a reestablishment of a brand new version of an old villain, Zodiac. And they're billing this out as a new jumping on point featuring the cast of the summer blockbuster they're anticipating, but yet it's set in Marvel continuity, not in the movie continuity. So this is a way for us to kind of get on board with the characters from the movie within the Marvel universe. Other titles from Marvel: Battle Scars number 5, Carnage USA number 4, Fantastic Four number 604, Incredible Hulk number 6, Powers number 9. I am excited for this book. Powers is a book written by Brian Michael Bendis. It's been sporadic in its publishing, to be kind. Powers number 8 came out last month, so if I see Powers number 9 on the stand today, 1 month later, I'll be excited, since I had to wait almost a year between Powers number 7 and Powers number 8. Other books from Marvel: Scarlet Spider number 3. That is a story that spun out of the Spider Island crossover from last summer, and it tells the story of Kane, who is a clone of Spider-Man, who is not quite as he's a little darker than Spider-Man, let's put it that way. And so the tagline for that series is all the power, none of the responsibility. And he's operating out of Houston, fighting crime there reluctantly. Let's see, Ultimate Comics X-Men number 9, and X-Men Season 1. Again, that's their retelling of the X-Men original stories, like we did with Fantastic Four last month. Some other titles I wanted to drop for you from other publishers that you might be interested in. Again, we've talked about crossover comics from media to print. One that I haven't mentioned before is Buffy the Vampire Slayer, produced by Dark Horse through Joss Whedon, so it stays with the continuity of the series. In fact, he has released them as subsequent seasons to the TV series. So Season 8 is published, and now Season 9 is being published, and we're up to Season 9, number 7, being released today from Dark Horse. Also, Warlord of Mars from Dynamite Entertainment, based on the John Carter series from Edgar Rice Burroughs. That is being published currently through Dynamite, and number 16 comes out today. And just some quirky other titles that I wanted to throw out if you're interested in maybe some of the more eccentric types of books that are being published. Moonstone is publishing Buckaroo Banzai, number 1, out today. That is based on one of my all-time favorite movies, frankly, starring Peter Weller, John Lithgow, Christopher Lloyd, Jeff Goldblum, Ellen Barkin. Just a great adventure movie from the 80s that really is one of my all-time favorites. And quirky, yes. Funny, yes. Great soundtrack, yes. And 80s nostalgia for me all over it. So I'm looking forward to that title. Some other quirky titles. Blue Water Productions puts out Misadventures of Adam West, of course from the Batman TV series fame, and William Shatner, Man of War, number 1, out today. Also from media crossover, Simpson Comics, number 188 from Bongo, out today too. So plenty of things to pique your interest on the shelves at your local comic shop. I urge you to check them out. I'm sure you can find something that you like, and I hope that you enjoy them. Once again, you can check out what I'm reading on my blog, he'sgotissues.com, and I'm always happy to share my opinions there, talk about current comics, and again, share them with you here. So that's it for me this week. So until next time, I'm John Cooney, and I've got issues.